What's up, YouTube Nation? Coming to you live from the TKO Boxing Digest. My name is Lamar, aka the Black Abe Sanchez, and my man.
Hey, my name is D, aka the Black Al Bernstein. Shout out to Al Bernstein. Shout out to Ruslan Provodnikov, man. Please don't kill Jose Luis Castillo, man.
Yeah, man, it's a disgrace for boxing, man, for that matchup to be made. I hope it doesn't go through, man.
I hope not
either,
deserve
that, man.
I hope not, man. This man ain't been good in 10 years, man.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely, man.
Terrible fight, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But we want to jump into a mythical matchup that was requested by one of our subscribers on our Triple G versus Joe Calzaghe matches that we had a couple weeks back. The matchup that everyone's waiting for is Floyd Mayweather versus
Sugar Ray Leonard, man. Arguably one of the greatest welterweights of all time, man. This would be a definite mythical matchup with people who are both for pound kingpins in their primes. And it's like my partner going to tell you, it's hard to say who's going to win one, but we know it's going to be a lot of good action. It's going to be a chess match in there.
Yeah, I just want to give a disclosure, man. I mean, Floyd Mayweather is definitely one of the best boxers of all time, and I would say he's one of my favorite boxers. But Sugar Ray Leonard, all my friends know that he's definitely my favorite boxer of all time. So I may have a biased opinion, but when I think about this matchup, I've considered the outcome, you know, and it's something that, you know, one day it's one thing and the next it's another. But at the end of the day, I feel like Sugar Ray Leonard, he has so many advantages over Floyd where it relates to speed. Well, not necessarily speed is pretty even, but reach, combination punching. I mean, just power.
His overall size, overall.
Yeah, size. I mean, and then you think about just the resume. I mean, Floyd, he's fought great fighters, future Hall of Famers, but you can't say he has that one definitive win, you know, over a Hall of Famer in their prime.
And that's the reason why, like, with this mythical matchup, it's kind of hard to really say how Floyd will do, because we don't have another dance partner such as Sugar Ray has Roberto Duran, he has Leonard Holmes, I mean he has Thomas Hitman Hearns, and he has Marvin Hagler, and even on a lesser extent he has Wilfred Benitez. Floyd doesn't have that, and that's the reason why with that Pacquiao fight could have been so important, monumental to his legacy, because now you have a measured stick to measure how Floyd does in any era against an all-time great. And when you take away Manny Pacquiao out of the equation, that bargaining chip to compare Floyd is gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you look over the resumes, sure, Floyd has Hall of Famers there, but I mean, they were all kind of long in the tooth. You have Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Shane Mosley. Who else that we have? Marquez. I mean, okay.
Well, Marquez is a good one. I give him that as a good solid win. But like you said,
Sugar smaller man.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, going into the Hearns fight, you know, Leonard was going against a guy that was 6 feet, a huge welterweight.
6'2". With Thomas Hearns, to me, probably got one of the best overhand rights, man. He's still knocking people out at his age right now with the overhand right, man.
Sure, absolutely.
And two of these mythical matchups too, we're trying to look at this script. Hypothetically, we're gonna say Floyd's best weight class is 147, but personally, to me, and a lot of people and a lot of pundits who followed Floyd's career would say 130 was when he was at his peak in terms of offense as well as defensive status. Once he started moving up in weight, I mean, when he became a smaller man, he became more reliant on his boxing. It was more his boxing rankmanship and defensive skills rather than the explosive offensive star we saw at the lower weight. So,
sure. You go back and watch Floyd at 130, 135. He was a combination puncher. He was on his front foot. I mean, then he still had that great defense, man. So he was really a complete fighter.
Yeah.
He's essentially turned into like a one-punch, like hot shot type
definitely.
Of fighter.
And I think that just comes because he knows he's so accurate at it that he doesn't have to take the chance because he's going to win on the scorecard. But when you got somebody who's such intense as Sugar Ray Leonard, who anytime, for instance, if you look at the Sugar Shane fight, the second round when Sugar Shane hits with an overhand right, there's no way that I don't think that Floyd would be able to clinch with Sugar Ray Leonard like that. Sugar Ray Leonard would have brought it to him, man.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about that fight, he was buzzed against Chop Chop. Oscar De La Hoya definitely gave him a run for his money, and Oscar was past his prime. and was weight drained to a degree at
Yeah.
that point. You know,
I wouldn't necessarily say weight drain because he came in that fight like 170. One thing I give Floyd props for that Oscar fight because Oscar chose the gloves, he chose the size of the ring, and he chose how much money he got. So it was like Oscar.
like, you know, Floyd didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
right. He was the B-side fighter.
Yeah, absolutely, hands down.
But looking back with Sugar Ray Leonard, I just don't see, based on in their primes and based on level competition, like my partner says, Sugar Ray Leonard Floyd doesn't have many advantages to his way. Only thing I would say maybe a slight ringmanship, but I say the first couple of fights, I would say Sugar Ray Leonard would get him until Floyd's able to kind of solve him, because one thing we say about Sugar Ray Leonard, he can be hit.
Sure. I was talking to my partner earlier about that. So if they was to fight 10 times, I feel like Floyd would win. Maybe 3 to 4 out of 10. But
Yeah.
That first fight, if it was just one fight for all the marbles, I feel like Sugar Ray Leonard would. I can't go as far as saying stop him. Potentially he could stop him.
He potentially can stop him, but I just don't. I don't know. I think Mayweather has an underrated chin and an underrated heart, and I just don't think he'll be able to stop him. And a lot of times Sugar Ray Leonard stoppages, he had a couple of vicious ones, but a lot of those was mostly just accumulation of the guy so far behind on the cars.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't necessarily just like one punch knockout.
It wasn't.
It was accumulation, late round stoppage.
Yeah.
So, especially against high level competition.
Yeah.
So, it would have been a competitive fight no matter how it would have ended. But at the end of the day, I feel like the nod would have went to Leonard.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with that. And let's not take anything away from Floyd Mayweather, just based on physical attributes, what they did in their respective divisions, which would have their better decisions. And based on their chin and based on level competition, you gotta go with Leonard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leonard beat the Mount Rushmore people in the '80s, man.
In their prime.
He came back from a 5-year hiatus to beat the pound for pound baddest man in the planet in middleweight. Marvelous happening.
Yeah, for sure, man. So without that definitive win on Floyd Mayweather's ledger, which is Manny Pacquiao, in my opinion, and the world's opinion, we have to just draw the conclusion that he would have been competitive in the matchup, but he would have just came up short. Yeah,
and I'm not saying if they did a rematch he would have won that fight, but the first fight I definitely think he would have did.
Yeah, for sure. So that's our conclusion on that. Thanks for tuning in to TKO Boxing Digest. I just wanted to give a shout out to my man Street over at VSOP.com for hooking us up with the hot boxing apparel. Yeah, definitely check in the descriptions. We'll leave the link. But be sure to subscribe. Leave your comments below. Hit the like button. Let's get some dialogue going.
Yeah, we like good and bad comments. We like constructive criticism as well as like constructive praise.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for tuning in. Until next time, YouTube.